Everyone tells you microservices are the answer, but after 15 years of building both, I can tell you the real answer is it depends, and most teams get it wrong. A monolith is one deployable unit. All your code lives together. Authentication, payments, notifications, everything in one code base, one database, one deployment. And honestly, monoliths are great. Simple to deploy, easy to debug. You can trace a request from start to finish without jumping between 12 different services. For most startups, this is exactly what you need. Microservices split your application into small, independently deployable services. Each one owns its own data, its own logic, and can be built by a separate team. Companies usually switch because they hit scaling walls, too many developers stepping on each other. Deployments take hours because one change means redeploying everything. One team's bug takes down the whole system. But here's what nobody tells you up front. Microservices don't remove complexity, they move it from your code into your infrastructure. And infrastructure complexity is harder to see, harder to debug, and much more expensive to manage. You suddenly need service discovery, API gateways, distributed tracing, container orchestration, message queues, circuit breakers. Each one is a system you have to build, maintain, and monitor. And then there's the data problem. Each service owns its data. So what happens when a payment service needs customer data? You either duplicate it and deal with eventual consistency, or you add synchronous calls that create the tight coupling you were trying to avoid. In a monolith, a function call either works or throws an exception. In microservices, a network call can time out, partially succeed, or fail silently. Now multiply that by every service-to-service call in your system. So when do microservices actually make sense? When you have multiple teams that need to deploy independently. When your domains are genuinely separate. When you've already identified the bottlenecks, not when you're guessing where they'll be. There's a middle ground most people skip. The modular monolith. One deployment, but with strict module boundaries inside. Each module owns its data. You get the simplicity of a monolith with the organizational clarity of microservices. The pattern I've seen work best. Start with a monolith. As you grow, enforce module boundaries. When a specific module genuinely needs to scale independently, extract just that one. Don't pre-optimize for problems you don't have yet. Here's a simple framework. Under 10 developers, monolith. 10 to 50 with clear domain teams, modular monolith. Over 50 with proven scaling bottlenecks, extract microservices where the data supports it. Notice, none of these start with microservices. If you found this helpful, I go deep on architecture topics like this every week. More trade-off breakdowns coming. Subscribe to follow along. Growing this channel means I can dedicate more time to these deep dives. The best architecture is the one your team can actually maintain. Don't let conference talks and blog posts pressure you into complexity you don't need. Build for today, design for tomorrow, and refactor when the data tells you to.